Hello and welcome. Today I'll be showing you how I do an at-home removal of my gel manicure. So as you can see here, I have some cracking and lifting, and it's time to take them all off now. So I have all of the supplies I'm going to need here. I have these nail foil wraps, an electric file, some gloves, and you don't want to skip the gloves, these are a huge help, and 100% pure acetone. And you want to make sure you have pure acetone, not anything that has any added ingredients. I'm going to also use my dust collector here. So obviously you can see this is well used and it comes in handy just keeping my desk clean. So I'm going to start with my Melody Susie drill. And I will be using the small barrel bit just to remove the bulk of the gel without touching my natural nails. So I'll just go over a couple tips that I like to do, especially being careful around my natural nails. So here you can see I'm not applying much pressure and I'm keeping the bit moving. You don't have to use an electric file for this, but it does make it a little bit quicker. And also having the dust collector helps a little bit too, just to keep the desk clean and keep all of the dust out of your lungs. And you can always wear a mask too, or just use a hand file, but this does speed things up and keep your desk space clean. So I think if you're going to be doing this regularly, they are worthy investments. And if you are using an electric drill, just recommend that you be super careful with the drill bit. I have it on the lowest speed setting, and I'm just making sure that I don't push too hard and I don't leave it in the same spot for too long, but I'm going slow and steady and just little by little removing the bulk of the gel and stopping if I feel like I'm getting to my natural nail. And I'm just filing it all down, and I'm going to do that on all 10 of my fingers, and this will make it so that the acetone can really soak in and start dissolving the gel product for removal. So after dusting off, I'm going to moisturize my hands. I'm going to use some of this Neutrogena hand cream. I'm also going to put cuticle oil all around my nails as well. So I'm going to do a lot of hydration just to make sure that the acetone doesn't really dry out my skin because it's very drying. I do recommend it just to make sure that your skin doesn't get super dry and irritated. The cuticle oil I'm using is Scales of a Mermaid Got Me Sprung, which is a really yummy pear smell. So check them out if you want a really nice small business that has awesome cuticle products. So now we're going to start the soak off process, and I have these nail foils here and they are awesome. They're a great investment and I highly recommend them. So I've got all of my foils laid out here and I'm going to use a little pipette. This just makes things a little bit cleaner. As you can see, this is a pretty big bottle of acetone and I don't want to get it all over the place. So having this little pipette here makes it so I can apply it to exactly where I need it and exactly how much. So I am applying it on all of these cotton pads, but I actually made that mistake. I don't recommend doing that. I recommend only doing like a couple at a time because it will start to dry out if you don't work really quickly, but obviously you can always go back and add more as needed. And I'm going to start with my pinky and work my way to my thumb. I recommend you do that as well. It's kind of hard if you start with your thumb to like apply the foils to all your fingers. So yeah, just working from my pinky to thumb. And what I'm going to do is obviously making sure I have the cotton pad on the nail itself and it's well saturated. I'm going to fold it over my nail. And then when I get to the tip, I'm going to twist it and fold it over in place and secure it. And the nice thing about these foils is they stay in place really, really well. Like they hold their shape really well. And obviously you can see they cover a good amount of my finger. So I'm going to do that times 5 and we'll let these babies soak. Okay, so now that I have the foils on all 5 of my fingers, I'm going to grab my glove. And the glove is a necessary step in my opinion. It keeps all of your foils on and in place because I'm going to leave these on for 15 minutes. So this makes it so I can do other things for 15 minutes if I need to. And it also holds the heat from your hand in, so like your body heat. And I believe that that helps kind of like speed up the acetone process. It also keeps it from drying out very quickly. So it's just a really helpful step. And I actually learned that from Gloss House on Instagram. So thank you for that tip. So I'm going to do my other hand now, and I'm going to let that soak for 15 minutes. Okay, so it's been 15 minutes and you can see it's kind of steamy in there and there's been some condensation. So what I'm going to do is just kind of wiggle these all to like loosen the foils and pull my hand out, and we'll see how they look. So as you can see, the gel has lifted and flaked off. It's looking pretty good. I'm happy with that. And obviously, if it didn't get to this point, if it didn't look like this, you would want to soak for longer, but I'm liking how these look. So I'm just gonna use this scraping tool I have to gently push. I'm not even like rubbing it on my nail. You don't want to be scraping your nail plate, okay? You don't want to be damaging your nail. So I'm just gently removing all of the loosened gel, and I'm just gently pushing it off. So I'm going to wash my hands, and as you can see, I've done it to all 10 fingers. But my hands are dry from the acetone, so I'm just going to moisturize again. This time I'm using Mooncat's nail elixir, which is unscented, so I really like it. I'm just going to apply this to all of my nails, all of my cuticles, and rub it in really good to rehydrate my skin and my nails to keep them really nice and hydrated and happy. So as you can see, my nails look super happy and healthy. I still have all of my nail ridges intact, no divots or damage or anything, and they're ready for the next mani. Thanks for watching.